Hi, this week's video I want to talk about how we actually figured out Wile E had diabetes. So one thing that struck me when we took him to the vet was our vet said he was surprised that we had thought it so early because Wile E hadn't lost a bunch of weight. And when you read stories online, most people seem to figure out that there's something really wrong with their dog when they've either just lost so much weight, or when they essentially go into a diabetic coma and are rushed to the emergency room. Other than that, there's really subtle signs you have to look for, and we're happy we found them and we noticed them because we were able to catch this early. So the biggest thing that we noticed, and this goes with people too, is that Wile E was just drinking a lot of water. We would put his water bowl down at night. Next morning, it would be completely gone. And then in addition to that, the Great Dane's water dishes, which are huge, they'd be empty. So we kind of knew something was wrong. And we watched it for a couple days just to see maybe he was just thirsty, but no, he continued to get more and more water every night. During the day, we'd put the bowl down and he would just drink half of it right away. So we knew something was wrong. So from that, we Googled and found that he could be diabetic. And before we actually took him to the vet, we were like, let's just see if there's something on the market that we can just test, see at home rather than drive all the way to the vet, because our vet actually is like an hour and a half away. And before we spend all the money in getting all this testing done. So we looked online and we actually found these really neat glucose strips, and they make them for people too. A lot of times you have to special order them from pharmacies or from online. But there's one brand that is specifically made for dogs, and it's actually really cool because it has an app that goes with it. It is called Pet Gnostics. And I think this was actually on Shark Tank. They have like a little cup, but this little pack was like 10 bucks, and it comes with 5 strips and 1 scan card, and it's a lot cheaper than going to the vet first thing. So essentially all you do is you collect some of your dog's urine and you dip a little strip in, and it reads on the card, and you can actually take a picture of it with your phone. And when you take a picture of it with your phone, it'll actually chart everything and you can email it. So really it just boils down to paying attention to what your dog is eating and drinking, and not dismissing it as just something that maybe he's more hungry, maybe he's more thirsty, or maybe he's just not hungry. You have to pay attention. If you have any inclination whatsoever that he could be diabetic, these strips are great. $10, super cheap, much cheaper than a vet visit, because I know it stinks to go to the vet, spend all that money, and then nothing is wrong. You feel better because nothing's wrong, but at the same time you're out all that money. So I highly recommend these if you have any inclination whatsoever. And then other than that, you just have to pay attention to your dog.